Jack, thank you very much for taking time out. I know you guys are always busy on travel days here in San Jose. We were a little worried at first when we walked in here at the white walls, but it's a locker room, so it's all good. I guess let's just start with, having won it and then going through last year that ends with the disappointment, the longer summer, just kind of, I guess, coming out of the gates. How are you feeling mentally, maybe compared to how it was last year?
Well, I mean, obviously you get a lot longer summer, to kind of rest, recuperate, longer time to train, get yourself ready again for another long season. But, I think once you've won, you want to just keep winning. And so when we didn't do it last year, I think it was lit a pretty good fire in everyone again to get back to where we feel like we belong.
Yeah. I was, season getting going, I was watching the Vegas Golden Knights banner raising from a couple nights ago, and it got me thinking about you and kind of the moment that you were able to have last year, despite not being on the team at the time. So if it's all right, I want to just talk a little bit about that. And I guess for starters, did you say anything to your teammates on the Blackhawks before you went out there, or what was that kind of conversation like?
I don't remember saying anything to them because when I showed up for the game, for pregame skate, I wasn't, expecting anything. I didn't know what I was going to be a part of, what I wouldn't be. And, I also got playing for another team. So it was, but I can't thank enough the Avs organization and the Blackhawks for allowing me to be a part of that. It was pretty special, and the uniqueness of it. Yeah. Not only being on a team that wins, but then you go to another team, and that happens to be the team that you open up with. And so there's a lot of just random luck things involved with allowing me to be a part of that, on top of both organizations being so great to me to let me go out there and be a part of it.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of things fell into place. What were kind of you saying to guys, Avs players on the ice before you jumped on the ice?
Well, nothing was really planned. The plan that I was told was I was going to go out and sit on the bench so I could go see it. And then, there's a lady with a headset on at the end of the bench that once everyone went out and skated out there for it, she yelled down to me like, "Hey, go on out there." And
nice.
I wasn't sure. I said, "Are you sure?" And she radioed up to somebody real quick, and then turned to me and was like, "Yeah, go."
Well, I knew he was on the bench, and you could see him sitting on the bench, and the fact that he came out there and was encouraged to do that. I don't remember a whole lot from opening night, but I remember that, and that's what you see in every video, every highlight, every still photo is a bunch of burgundy and blue, and then the one white sweater in Jack Johnson. For me, it's what made opening night.
And I was also kind of self-conscious of photobombing on the Blackhawks uniform and everything.
Right.
But I figured, what the heck, this is such an unbelievable experience. And I got out there and kind of surprised the guys. I think I grabbed Helmer and Vance. They turned around and they were laughing and surprised. And, probably just as surprised as I was. So it was pretty cool and special. And I just tried to make sure I was standing in the back.
I noticed that because I was watching it, and I noticed you peeked through, and I was
they were going, "Jack, get in the front. I was no shot."
Kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it at first. I didn't really know he was coming out. And then when he came up and somebody was trying to squish in between us, and I looked over to him, it was him. It made me really happy. We were deep partners there, kind of going down the stretch. So it was a lot of fun. Good to see him, and I'm glad he got to be a part of it.
Yeah, I remember him skating over and just seeing him in that uniform for the first time. Obviously, sharing that moment with him was just very fortunate timing. Everyone else from that team that parted ways wasn't able to enjoy that side of it, and it was definitely a unique experience to have him part of it, regardless of him wearing another sweater, to sort of reflect on what we all did together as a team.
Yeah, I remember when he came over, it was only fitting. I think obviously he's a big part of that team, and it sucks that he didn't start the year with us last year, but we kind of had a feeling we'd get him at some point back. He's on a good contract, and great guy, great player, and it's been a pleasure getting to know him, and obviously grew up, when he was getting drafted and entered the league, but he's been a great teammate.
He was playing us. It was super cool, and I think just good to see an old friend, and we're really happy to have him back on our team here now.
Yeah, it was great. He was a big part of our group, and it was excellent for him to be there with us. It's It's not always happens. You know, a lot of guys missed it. So I was happy for him and happy to see him out there.
What all did that mean to you? That the way that the teammates embraced you. Obviously, like you said, you didn't have anything planned, but when you got out there and the way that they were, get in front. What did that mean to you? To kind of
well, they were making fun of me because I had different uniform on. But no, I mean, I think just it goes to show you that you win it once, you walk together forever, and it's such a special moment, special group, special team that forever you have that bond, even with guys that have gone on to have been retired or going to other teams or whatever. Then still that team was special, and we'll always have that bond together. And again, I'm just felt so gracious towards everyone else for letting me be a part of it, and blessed, and all those things.
So this is where I wanted to play. I love being here. I've had the best, some of the most fond memories of my entire life here, and I feel like I've got at least me personally, I feel like I've got a special bond with a lot of the guys in this room, and there's no other place I'd rather play. I always contributed to playing with great players. I mean, it's always easier to play with great players, and I give a lot of credit to the guys around me. I've been knock on wood, pretty healthy the last few years, which has also helped. Especially as you start getting up there in age. But I feel great. So looking forward to another memorable year here.
You told me right during camp that some of the best moments of your career happened with Colorado. Does that extend, kind of off the ice as well in terms of the relationships that you've built?
Yeah, I think so. I think throughout my career, I haven't seen a lot of team success. I think furthest I made it was the first round.
Yeah.
And then I come here and I get to be a part of and witness and see and feel what winning season feels like. Yeah. And guys that are dialed in, and there's no clicks, there's no there's no issues. It's all about winning here. And I can't, like I said, I can't be thankful enough to be a part of it. This ownership, management, coaches, and my teammates, I just feel really blessed.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that, and I had to write a list down because 1,000 games, you have the cup that night with the banner. Even though you weren't on the team, and make the move to bring you back, like this relationship just it really does. It seems to work. What is it that fits so well for you, especially when you go back and you started with the PTO? Does a lot of this maybe feel like the way that it started, you kind of took a chance coming here, they took a chance on you? Is that part of maybe what makes it work so well?
Yeah, I suppose so. I was understanding of the year I came in on PTO. I didn't play the year before. I was injured. We knew kind of where I was at physically, and I knew I still had a lot left to give. And so I was understanding that. I also knew I was coming into a team that was probably the best team in the league. I was coming to try out.
Loaded, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's just worked, and I think sometimes you can't really put your finger on it, but I always tell people that I got such great players around me and teammates around me that it makes it easy for me.
I think Jack is a reliable guy. Like he's he's 36 or whatever he is. He keeps himself in great shape. He does. He's a good penalty killer. And most importantly, he's earned the trust of the coaching staff and our group. And he brings a veteran presence. He knows what he is. He's not a fancy player. He's a meat and potatoes guy for us that is just very consistent. And he's a glue guy in that locker room who's very appreciated by not only myself but our coaches and his teammates.
You told me you were going to play till the wheels fell off. If it was up to you, would you play the rest of your career here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But again, I know a lot of guys have said things like that on the team. You never know where it goes, but I'm enjoying right here and right now. And that's kind of what I've learned over the last few years, just kind of living in the moment. And, don't think too far ahead. And we're only getting ready for Game 3 right now. So, but to answer your question, yes.
That's all I got for you, Jack. Thank you so much. Best of luck the rest of the year, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks.